Peter Osborne says, don't think of disease as something that you have. Think of disease as a symptomatic genetic expression of your choices that you've made, accumulated over time.
Learn from today's video about how making the right choices for your body, chemically, physically, and spiritually plays an important role in preventing disease. It's time to take responsibility for your health, your body, and make the right choices for a disease-free life.
So today I want to talk about a concept that's very rarely discussed, and it falls back on my expertise. I'm a clinician, so I'm in the clinic, and I've been practicing for 16 years, treated over 5,000 people with chronic autoimmune conditions. And the message that I want you to walk away from today, maybe one of the most important messages you'll ever have if you're trying to prevent cancer. Because what I want you to understand is that cancer is actually end-stage autoimmune disease. And that's what we're going to be talking about today. So, here we go. The concept of precancer. We have a lot of pre-diseases. We have a lot of the conceptual pre-disease that's already been established in the medical literature. How many of you have heard of prediabetes? Yeah, all hands go up. How many of you have heard of osteopenia as opposed to osteoporosis, right? It's pre-bone loss. It's bone loss in its earlier stages where it's not quite classified as full-blown bone loss or osteoporosis. Pre-hypertension, okay? Pre-dementia. Pre-dementia is, how many of you have ever had brain fog? Memory problems. Struggle with irritability, right? That's pre-dementia, guys. It's brain inflammation. You don't wake up one day with your memory gone. You don't wake up one day with Alzheimer's disease. It's a slow, steady, progressive inflammatory process that over time eats away your brain. And then autoimmunity. Autoimmunity as precancer. Very important, very important. So, how many of you saw this Time cover? This was several years ago. Time came out with a special article on inflammation being the cause of all major chronic degenerative diseases, including cancer, including autoimmune disease. So inflammation being kind of the core element, the core fundamental piece as a causative factor in chronic degenerative diseases. So that's heart disease, cancer, diabetes, osteoarthritis. How many of you in here have an autoimmune disease? Wow, okay. So this is right up your alley. So what I want to talk about, you see this little diagram here. Environmental triggers create an overburdened immune system, which then tends to lead toward an autoimmune response. When you have autoimmune disease long enough, that chronic inflammation that's being caused from self-attack, meaning your immune system is attacking your own tissue, creating an inflammatory damage to that tissue, that sets the stage for pre-malignant change. That sets the stage for cells to morph and change into malignancies. And over time, as your immune system attacks and attacks and attacks and attacks, think of it like this. Your immune system chronically attacking you until it no longer has the resources to continue attacking. Right? At some point, your body says, I can't keep doing this. We don't have enough protein to keep producing enough antibodies. We're out of zinc. We don't have enough certain nutrients. At this point, you're now in a state of immunodeficiency, which is when cancers grow. Cancers grow when our body's immune systems are overburdened long enough. And again, the bottom piece of that is cancer. How many of you have ever heard of functional medicine? Okay, good. This diagram, whoops, here we go. This diagram is also known as the triangle of health. And I want you to look at it, and the core of this triangle is your genetic code. You see the DNA. Genes are like light switches. They can be turned off or on, and they're turned off or on by your choices. So how many of you have ever heard you have the X, Y, or Z disease because you have bad genes? Anybody ever have a doctor tell you that? It's poppycock. No, really, it's poppycock. You are all gifted with wonderful genes from God. You're alive here today because you have the best of the best of the best. Generation after generation of refinement into excellence. None of you have bad genes. You all have wonderful genes. What happens in autoimmune disease and cancer isn't bad genes, it's bad choices. It's bad behaviors. And sometimes these bad choices and bad behaviors aren't on purpose. There's a saying, the road to hell is paved with good intention.
Wow, Peter Osborne really has a passion for our health and the ability to deliver that information in a way that is compelling and interesting. We sure hope you enjoyed this segment.
Yeah, what an incredible speaker. If you did enjoy it, leave a comment below and click the link below to make sure that you stay updated on all of our new articles that we post on the website, our documentary miniseries launches, and all the other informational pieces that we post on a weekly basis with the truth about cancer. Hope you enjoyed it.
God bless.